Why you should never try and scale a duck. Oh, so for today we're going to take a look at Tuesday, October 29th, and we're going to go ahead and do some 7-element review to go through and get you guys ready. This will be the little white sheet of paper, it looks like, which you can get online. We'll go through and fill that one out. Thanks for playing my game. Alright, so what we're going to do, for here, we're going to go through and fill these out together. We're going to do one all together, and then we're going to have you guys practice one on your own. And the one you can practice on your own, you get a chance to earn monkey treats. But we're not quite ready for monkey treats yet. So I'm going to show you guys how to fill one of these things out. So taking a look at our story, Annabelle Lee. We did a little bit of this last week. We started practicing going through them. So on the white piece of paper, go to the one that says story number 1. And this one you're going to put Annabelle Lee, where it says story number 1. So in a little spot, you write down Annabelle Lee. Yeah. Then, we're going to go through and do the plot first. And we're going to go through and do the different sections that are on there. For the plot, we're going to break every story we do down into the 5 things that happen in that story. Well, Mr. Brovicast, there's more than 5 things. I know. It's okay. We're going to break it down to the 5 most important things that happen. As an example, with Annabelle Lee. What's the first thing we find out in that story that's important? Andrew?
Dude loves Annabelle Lee.
Just like that. Boy and girl fall in love. So you put it down, you can put dude and Annabelle Lee, or just boy and girl, something along those lines. So this is where you would be filling that part in. Let's just get ready to help you. Then, after we find out that they've fallen in love, we introduce new characters and they do something. And who do we introduce from there, Jose?
The angels.
And what do the angels do? How do they feel?
Jealous.
Of?
The boy and girl's love.
There you go. Angels get jealous and want to separate them. Yours doesn't have to be word for word the exact same as mine. As long as you're close, I'm happy. This is to help you out. After we introduce the angels and find out they're jealous, something big happens in the story. A big thing happens, Forbes?
They kill Annabelle Lee.
With?
The wind.
Nicely done. Annabelle Lee dies from mysterious wind. Could be angels. Could be the fact that she was just too dumb to wear a jacket. It's hard to tell. She is a girl. Thank you for being upset.
Offensive.
It should be. That was the goal. Well, to see if you guys will react. Normally, you guys just let me insult you. Like, yeah, that's true. Nicely done. I'm proud of you for fighting back. Stand up for yourself. Andrew.
But always confused about this. If the wind killed Annabelle Lee, why didn't dude die too? Because he wasn't wearing a jacket.
The angel.
Well, you know how some people die and some people don't? Same thing. She was a girl.
Hey.
What's nicely
No.
done? That's what I'm looking for. Bring both. Don't let me attack you. Stand up for yourself.
Hey! Like
Jordan.
bullying!
Can we just say like weird wind or something like that?
Part 4. After she dies, then what happens? Now remember, you can't jump all the way to the end. This is something that starts happening to dude. Freebie?
He like loses it and thinks that the angels will her.
Works for me. I put that he goes down to Insaneville. But you can shorten that so that works better for you.
Dude gets this.
One of my personal pet peeves is when people let others insult them and attack them and they don't fight back. So that's one of the things I try to do is poke you guys and give you little insults. Make sure you guys will just sit there and go, yeah, that's right. I wish you guys like, no, that's right. Fight back. Build your confidence.
How can you fight?
No, women are strong. My auntie's a trainer.
For what?
For what? Yeah. Mom,
And part 5. What do we find out happens at the very end of the story, Mickey?
I know it. I know it.
Oh,
I want to be on video.
What, losing points? I got you. Eagles!
the guy sleeps next to the dead body.
Nicely done. Something about boy goes and sleeps in sepulcher or mausoleum.
These are weird.
We are not.
What are you talking about?
Now, you You don't
We
get
give
to
them
attack
minus
people, that's my job. You attack people, then I have to be mean to you. It's the joy of me having fur on my face.
It sticks up.
That's my head. Different part of the body. From the plot, now we're going to jump and go back up to, I like to do plot first, it's just my issue. Now we're going to go back up to characters and setting. Characters. We have 2.5 characters. We have 2 real characters, and I say a half because the other one we could argue about whether it even exists or not. We're going to go through from there. And so we'll start with Sherwin's, who are our 2 main characters.
Annabelle Lee and the dude.
Works for me. Annabelle Lee, dude. Technically, we could put a 3rd character in there. And Wins, who would be the 3rd character?
Angels.
Works for me. The angels, I put a question mark because you can look at the story and say, Rodak don't even exist, he's just insane. And others be like, no, they're really there and they're great. And so you can go either direction. Now, for each character, you have to come up with a description of them. Every time we do a character, you have to describe them. And your description should separate them from the other ones. And I'm looking for something better than just girl, boy, dog. Explain more than just that. So for Annabelle Lee, what kind of description we want to go for that one? Jake?
Well, we have 4 lines here, too.
I know, we skipped one.
Okay,
How would you describe Annabelle Lee? What does she do?
girl who likes dude.
Works for me. I put innocent girl who falls in love. So girl in love.
Lover.
I mean, you can also put girl who dies, girl who doesn't wear a jacket,
Make sure you write that
something
down.
like that. Jose?
Can I do
You're right, but
Fallen
make sure you write
Lee,
down
a
these
beautiful girl?
Sure. He seems to think so. He's referring to her as my beautiful Annabelle Lee. Free H, dude.
Yay. Crazy dude.
Works for me. I put boy who goes nuts. Same idea. And then angels, we have to describe them. Dombert,
They're not like alive.
well, if we're making them a character, we're saying that they are. So what do they do in the story?
So,
Yes,
Annabelle Lee.
works for me. I put evil love creatures. You can put murderers if you wanted.
Ooh, I'm doing that
What's that? Made of pure love? Sure. You can do that.
But they're not.
Murderers.
That's how you look at it.
Question.
For the setting, Dougie, there's 2 parts to a setting. And what are the 2 parts to a setting?
When and where?
Nicely done. We have when and we have where. For the Annabelle Lee, the very first line, but you don't have the poem in front of you, which makes it tough. But the first line of the poem told us when it takes place. So when does it take place? Maze?
Long time ago.
Nicely done. Long time ago. Plus, we can add in one more. We can guess what time of year. It doesn't tell us, but we can use clues in the story to know what time of year through the use of like the wind and things like that. Sure, Daughtery.
Like around fall or spring.
Why do you say that?
Well, you see here, it said winds, and
Yes,
it said it was a chilling wind.
nicely done. I put winter/fall because it's a cold wind. Mickey, for the where? For the where, Mickey?
The beach.
Why do you say the beach?
Well, because they were watching on the beach.
That would work. We have a place before that. We have a beach coming up next. I will include the beach on there. Sophia?
Kingdom by the sea.
In the kingdom.
Yeah.
And I also did by the sea. Technically, there's one more we can throw in at the end.
Oh.
Grattan.
Sepulcher.
Nicely done. I put mausoleum also. Or you could put haunted tomb.
That's scary.
Oh yeah, it's Halloweenish time.
Have you ever?
I'm scared of children.
Do you go trick-or-treating?
I've had family members die. We have to bury them in the graveyard.
No,
We
that's
tried
not
doing
what
it in
I
the street
meant.
once and didn't go over well, so maybe for the graveyard. Next up,
Which is funny.
point of view and theme. The point of view for this one should have been easy
Point
if
of
you remember the story. Because how is the story told to us? Cool?
Wait.
We have first
First
person,
person.
third person, third person. What do you say?
Wait.
First person is the main character talking to us using I, me, and we. And then you have third person, which is the narrator who follows that character. If you don't remember, we can come back to you.
No, is it? First person?
No, is it? Is that what you want to go with? You need strength.
There's no impact on yourself.
Help her out, Maze.
Oh, third person.
Third person, that's what you're going to go with?
Yeah.
Because it goes, I, my Annabelle. Why do we not know the main character's name? Because he's the one telling us the story. So in that case, it's first person, because you're the main character talking to us. Says, speaker talks to us. And on there it says, following who? Well, which character does the point of view follow?
The guy.
Yeah, what's his name?
Dude.
So what
knows
do we write?
Exactly, so we're going to call him Dude.
What do we write?
So, first person, following Dude. Yes?
And Poster says, my sweet Annabelle.
They'll say the mine, sweet Annabelle. For the theme, I'll give you the theme to help you out on this one, because it's, you think you can do it on your own?
Wait.
Do it.
Alright, Andrew?
There.
Close, that'd be a genre type. A theme would be something like love. My question is, why is love a good theme? How does that play a big role in the story? Alright, free agent.
Because it.
What do you think you guys say?
Better comics. I got comics.
What you see here?
I don't think so.
The proof is because he was like how he got so crazy over the love and how like the words he said that he like I would warn you with my love.
Nice. Do the angels have anything to do with love?
Jealous.
How so?
Yeah.
Because they kill him.
Why?
Yes.
Because they're jealous of love.
There you go. Every character is acting out of love, whether it's going to be Dude because he loves Annabelle Lee, Annabelle loving Dude. You have her kinsmen who come and bury her because you don't want to bury Lee in the street. You have the angels that are jealous of love. So every character is doing something out of love.
Don't the angels make like other angels with love, something like that?
Something like that.
Who's the angel?
The next two: internal conflicts, external conflicts. Well, first off, we have to go back and figure out what is an internal conflict.
If only we had a green sheet with notes right in front of us that we could look at to make us smarter.
Major decision made by.
Nice one. Major decision made by a character. To help you out, I'll give you the character. You give me what decision they have to make. And I'm going to give you two different ones, so you can pick between the two I'll give you. But the first one, the angels, have to make a choice in the story. What choice do the angels have to make in the story? Jake?
They kill everyone.
That's not a choice. That's what they do.
Oh.
What choice do they have to do? Something or something.
I know. I got this.
Don't get confused.
I got two here.
You realize when you yell out loud, I ignore you and then also charge you points. Mickey!
They have to decide if they're just gonna separate them. Oh, wait, they decide if they're gonna kill, her or, separate them? Wait, or kill him.
I can see that. But that wasn't quite, they don't have to, do they have to kill one of them?
No.
What could they do?
Just make sure they're not.
Separate them. Separate kill both.
Dombert?
Kill both.
Or?
Kill. Do you kill anybody?
Same thing she said.
Kill both.
You don't have, do we have to? Atkinson!
Let the dude and Annabelle Lee have, happy love.
Yes?
And, the other one, like,
Or?
sorrow between their love.
Okay. So now we have to combine the two. You have half and she had half.
Oh.
We just got to put those two halves together. Wins?
Kill the girl or leave them alone.
There you go. You had to leave them alone and they had the killing. So kill the girl or let their love exist. That was the choice they had to go with. Obviously they went for the killing one, but they had to make the decision between those two. Maya?
I'm confused.
How so, dear?
I don't understand
Where it says internal conflict?
extra lines. And then I don't get the theme.
Right here?
Internal conflict says which character, the angels, the decision, kill girl or let her live. Or we can do a different one, like Dude has a decision to make at the end of the story. And what decision does Dude have to make at the end of the story? Aaron?
Okay, so the decision
Yes.
that dude makes at the end of the story is whether they're going completely sane
Yes.
and tell the angels that they're wrong and their love lasts forever, or
Yes.
leave it alone and just walk like nothing happened.
There you go. Accept death or make crazy revenge plan. External conflict. What is an external conflict in a story? 3 names?
If only we had a green sheet right in front of us with information on it.
A battle between two physical things.
Nice one. A battle between 2 things in the story. We have multiple external conflicts and multiple fights happening in this one. Give me one of the fights we have. Ainsley?
The angels killed Annabelle.
So how would you write that? How do you do external conflict? And why is angels versus Annabelle important?
Because they're killed.
Yeah, I would count that a pretty big conflict because they kill her. Nicely done. So you have to explain why your conflict is important to the story. Andrew,
There was one where it was dude versus the kinsman.
how so? Why is that important to the story?
They were telling him to let it go. So
He
and if
definitely
he
wasn't
let
so.
and if he let it go, they would have never had the end of the story because it was young love and it was most likely fail.
I see that. Jose,
Man versus nature.
how so?
Because
Wait. That's what we use in comp. In comp, what man are we talking about?
Annabelle Lee,
What's the nature we're talking about?
wind,
Okay, and how's that important?
because like the wind, it killed Annabelle Lee.
Nicely done. I have it on there. Oh, I thought I had that one on there. I like that one too. I did boy versus angels, and then also boy versus his own brain about whether he's going insane. You can pick any of those, and then just tell me why, in just a couple words, it's important to the story. Like for boy versus the angels, they killed the woman he loves. And boy versus his own brain, he's in the process of going insane.
Angels versus animals.
Oh, it's nice. That's crazy.
Well, that wouldn't fit.
What?
It wouldn't fit.
Yes, it will.
Simple as that. Alright. You ready for the next one?
Can I do it?
No.
Here's where we get a chance to earn your big treats. It's a bit scarce. Now, turn the paper over to the back. Once you finish that side, you're still working on that side, finish that one out. Yeah, you have to do 2, and you have to explain why. I know it's so much work, just give up now. For the next one, we're going to take a look at Custer the Dragon. And we're going to do the same thing for that one. If you don't remember Custer the Dragon, I have a handout you can borrow from me if you need to see one. And you can just put a shoe on my desk, and then you can grab the handout that's over there. Or you can have your own, or you can just use your remembering if you want to. What I'm going to do is if you feel you can do all 5 of the plot parts and cover the entire story, then that'll get you a monkey treat. I'll give you a second to see if you can come up with them.
Okay, I
And
got
then
it.
once again, you can, if you need a copy of the handout, it's over there next to the, what do you
Shoot.
call that thing? There you go. Andrew, you have to write them down for me. I know. She goes back
That
out.
one for this.
Turn that way. Shazam. Man, see? Getting rid of stuff comes in handy.
Almost there.
And then, after we're going to do the 5 plot points, we're going to take a look at the characters and setting. So you're welcome to jump to that one if you want. Same thing for custom. Freebie, give the 5 plot points. What's that? Okay. You have them written down? You have them written down. Now given, you can just do short ones if you want. That's fine with me.
No.
Jordan?
So like you can do just like more than one character. Actually, no, not more than one. You can just like fill like the character one, right?
On the characters, we're only going to do 3 of the characters. I mean, it has like 4 of them that are listed.
Yeah.
We're just going to do 3.
Okay.
You're going to pick what you think the 3 most important ones are, and then you have a description. All right, Andrew. You think you have your 5 things that cover the whole story?
Yes.
Let's find out.
I'm gonna do that.
The first part, what's the most important thing that happens?
Dragon gets made fun of.
Nice one. Animals make fun of Wussy Dragon. Part 2.
Pirate comes out of nowhere.
I had that as number 3. We'll see where you're going with it. Because I had for number 2, I had one before that. Because we have to find out, it plays a big role later on. We find out something about the animals. What do we find out about the animals?
They're all tough.
Nicely done. That animals are described as being all brave and tough, because that plays the big role later on. Then for number 3, I went to,
Pirate comes out of nowhere.
there you go, pirate attacks scared brave animals. And what happens after the pirate attacks?
The dragon eats pirate.
Pirate gets eaten by angry dragon. Nicely done. And what happens after that?
Dragon isn't considered a wuss.
Nicely done. Custard's still wussy, but animals are nice.
Just gonna leave it up.
Nicely done.
Stop it.
Go you, just like that.
Just take your time.
Can you do characters in Killer?
You have to have it written down.
Oh, carrot.
You need 3 characters. The 3 most important characters.
Mr. Brovicast, there's 7 characters.
I know, but there's only 3 that are really important. And then you have to have a description of them, and then same thing for the setting. For the setting, it's tough.
This goes right here.
For the setting, all you have to do is give me 1 win and 2 wears. 1 win,
That right there.
2 wears.
All those go right there.
Mickey,
I was wondering if
you can do
could
both characters and setting?
Copy those down.
Oh, I thought you can read them.
Alright, do characters and setting.
Okay. Well, the first character is Custard.
Okay, who else do you have?
The pirate.
And?
Oh, wasn't it like
Is
a
it-
calculator?
Is it what?
Is it the animals?
Are you asking me?
The animals?
Are you still asking me?
The animals?
No. I thought there's one that's more important, because
Only
the animals
if there
don't
was
exist
an,
without someone
a
else.
poem.
Oh, Belinda?
There you go. I put Belinda because she's one that owns the animals. And then you have Custard, and then you have the pirate. I agree with those. How would you describe Belinda?
She's a lady who owns a lot of pets.
Nicely done. Little girl with animals. How do you describe
Belinda.
Custard?
A dragon.
It's okay. We'll get to that stuff later. Just keep up right here.
Shy dragon.
Sure. I put Scared Dragon, the same thing. And pirate?
I mean,
Just mean?
he's like violent.
Sure. I put mean ocean person, but the same idea. Nicely done. Alright, for the setting. Mickey, what are the 2 parts of setting?
The when and where.
Nicely done. When,
What about mustard?
where. And when does the story take place? Here's what's a little bit tougher. Does it take place during caveman times? How do you know? What evidence tells you it's not during caveman times?
Because it has like,
Maze?
Medieval times,
Why do you say medieval times?
we have dungeons and, dragons.
It does have Dungeons and Dragons. I would count that so far. Mickey?
it also has like a pirate.
It does have a pirate. I would go with that too. Aaron?
Well, I would say back in the times where people like moved to America, because these are pirates, and
Uh-huh.
pirates stopped existing shortly after.
We still have pirates today. We have that Captain whatever.
I know, but I
Captain
mean like
Phillips.
classical
Pirates
times.
of the Caribbean.
And plus it has guns, so it can't be in medieval.
Nicely
can it?
done. It does have guns, and they have a wagon, and they're in a house.
1600s.
So back in.
I just went for current times. That's what makes this one kind of tough. It never comes out and tells you, but you know it's not caveman-y, so I went for current. Alright, for the where.
Okay.
Where did it take place?
The little house.
Nicely done. It's a little white house, but red, one color. And then in that house, where would you guess it takes place?
Hold on. The living room.
Why?
Because it says the fireplace and chimney.
Nice. I went for her bedroom, because all we know is the pirate comes in through a,
Window.
and so it has to be somewhere in the window. I guessed it would be a bedroom, but I could be wrong. Nicely done.
Oh, there's 2 O's in room.
One monkey.
Why is this the
Good catch.
Oh, that's gonna be crap.
Point of view and theme.
Mine.
So you'll be able to get both of those.
Oh, I have it written down.
Maze.
We have to have it written down.
Uh-huh.
Can I buy for 2 monkey treats?
No. Once you've gotten 1 monkey treat.
That would be silly.
Maya, you have both of them?
Third person.
It is third person omniscient. Nicely done.
Oh yeah.
Because it jumps around between different characters. Theme, what is it we're supposed to learn?
Don't be mean or something.
Why? Why don't be mean?
Don't bully.
We'll call it don't bully. How does that play a role in the story?
Because I think the dragon like scared each other.
Okay. And should they have been mean to him? Why? Because what does he do? So it brings us to our next one, which is don't judge others. And how would that work in the story?
How do you say don't plug them?
They judged him because they thought he was.
And was he weak? Because who's the only one that stands up to the pirate?
Oh, I'm putting the paper
Who
back.
stands up to the pirate?
Calm down.
Nicely done, dear. The last little part,
Maya.
you're gonna have to figure out on your own. Tomorrow, the homework is going to be going through and figuring out the story of the fisherman and finishing out the rest of this. Other than that, take off. Run over.